Hello, guys. We're going to do our story, and I'm going to get my hat on. Shout out to Austin for this look. And with me in the office is Regina, Miss Devon, and she's going to read you a story. Let me switch the camera. There she is.
Good morning, students. How are you doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. Let's get right into our story now. Today's story is Bee Rocks the Flock. Let's find out how she rocks that flock. The story is by Victoria Jameson. Bee wanted to be a good sheep, but she had a hard time following the rule of sheepdom. Sheep are not unique. Flossie fretted when Bee showed her true colors. "You'll get in trouble, Bee. Try to blend in, Bee." Mossie got miffed when Bee danced to the beat of her own drum. And Jean was just plain bossy when Bee broke the rules. "You've got a bad attitude, Bee." "I've had enough of this," shouted Bee. "If I'm so bad at being a sheep, maybe I should just leave." With a sniff and a snort, Bee packed her backpack and said farewell to the flock. Let's see what's in her backpack. She has 2 peanut butter and daisy sandwiches, pinking shears, lucky knitting needles, a photo of the flock annual spring fling portrait, Dr. Mooton's wool dye rainbow pack, all-purpose yarn, and a comb for bad fleece days. "I will miss you all terribly," called Bee, "but since I am not appreciated here, I will start a new life by myself in the big city." "Great clanging cowbells!" shouted Bee as she zoomed down the city street. Everyone looked different, and no one was doing anything the same way. "This is where I belong." First, Bee did some sightseeing, but she couldn't be a tourist forever. If she wasn't going to be a sheep anymore, then what could she be? Aha! I've got it. She pulled out some yarn and got to work. By morning, she was ready to start her no rules following, free as can be life. Feliz cumpleaños. Let's see what happens next. But Bee's new life was not as carefree as she had expected. She needed a new plan. Hanging around in the sky was boring. Where was the most interesting place in the whole city? Eureka! I've got it. Bee snatched the pinking shears and comb from her backpack and got to work. By morning, she was ready to start her new, chock full of stories, interesting life. But her new interesting life was a little too interesting. Even the most interesting places were lonely without friends. "What I need is a new flock of glamorous city friends." "Gadzooks, I've got it!" She yanked the pink dye out of her backpack and got to work. By morning, she was ready to start a new life with a flock of big city friends. Okay. But her big city friends turned out to be big pains in the neck. Her friends on the farm may have been fussy, picky, and bossy, but Bee missed them. "Oh, what should I do?" "Pardon me," called the judge. "The results are in. You have been voted most unique dog. I mean sheep." Bee could not believe her ears. If she could be a sheep and be unique, then maybe the rule of sheepdom was wrong. "Goodbye, big city," she called. "You are interesting and fun and exciting. But so am I, and I'm not afraid to show it anymore." A sign says you are leaving New York. Nothing in the big city made Bee as happy as seeing her flock again. "It was so quiet while you were gone," said Flossie. "Things were boring here without you," said Mossie. Even Jean had to admit she was happy Bee was home. "You certainly are one of a kind," Jean grumbled. "But I guess you're one of our kind because our flock is not a family without you." That makes us A big one-of-a-kind family, said B. Isn't there something unique that you've always wanted to be? I'd like to start an organic daisy farm, said Flossie. I've always wanted to open a painting school, said Mossy. You mean I can finally become a country western singer? Shouted Jean. Being one of a kind is fabulous. Together, the flock voted on a new rule of sheepdom. Me yourself. And that, my friends, is the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, come back next week for another book. All right, goodbye.